Ever wondered why sometimes your message just doesn't seem to get across to clients? Well, you're not alone. It's a common conundrum that many of us face, especially in the freelancing world. You see, communication is more than just exchanging information. It's about understanding the emotion and intentions behind the information. It's about being able to send and receive messages clearly and timely. And most importantly, it's about responding in a way that shows respect and understanding. Effective communication can be quite a challenge, but it's crucial for successful client relationships. It's the bridge between misunderstanding and insight, between confusion and clarity. It's the difference between a one-time job and a long-term collaboration. So, how do we cross this bridge? How do we turn this challenge into an opportunity? How do we ensure that our messages are not just heard, but truly understood? Stay tuned as we unravel the secrets to effective communication. Listening is more than just hearing words. It's an art, a skill that can be honed and perfected. It's about immersing yourself in the conversation, being present, and truly understanding what's being communicated. So, let's delve into the concept of active listening. Active listening is not a passive activity. It's not about sitting quietly while the other person talks. It requires your full attention, your focus, and your engagement. It's about understanding not just the words, but the emotions, the intentions, and the underlying messages. It's about reading between the lines and catching what's left unsaid. Let's imagine a scenario. You're speaking with a client who's explaining their needs for a project. They're sharing their vision, their goals, and their expectations. If you're actively listening, you're not just hearing their words, you're interpreting their emotions. Are they excited? Are they apprehensive? You're understanding their intentions. Are they looking for innovation? Or are they more focused on efficiency? Active listening also involves asking questions, seeking clarification, and paraphrasing what you've heard to ensure you've understood correctly. It's about validating the other person's perspective, showing them that you're invested in the conversation, that you value their input. But why does this matter? Well, active listening builds trust, it shows empathy, it fosters stronger, more meaningful relationships, and in the context of client communication, it can be the difference between a successful project and a failed one. It can help you anticipate needs, address concerns, and deliver results that exceed expectations. So, how can you become a better active listener? Start by being present, eliminate distractions, show empathy, ask thoughtful questions, paraphrase and summarize, validate the speaker's perspective, and most importantly, be patient. Active listening takes practice, but the rewards are well worth the effort. In a world that's constantly talking, let's not forget the power of listening, the power of understanding, of empathizing, of truly connecting with others. So the next time you're in a conversation, remember to listen, really listen. Remember, effective communication begins with active listening. Keep it simple, keep it clear. That's a mantra every communicator should live by, especially when dealing with clients. Clear and concise communication is the cornerstone of any successful relationship, be it personal or professional. It's not just about making your message heard, but also about making it understood. So why is clear and concise communication so important? For one, it prevents misunderstandings. In a world where everyone is juggling multiple tasks at once, it's easy for messages to get lost in translation. By being direct and straightforward, you eliminate the chances of your message being misinterpreted. Think about it. If you're beating around the bush or using jargon and complex sentences, you're creating unnecessary hurdles for your audience. They have to decipher your message before they can even begin to act on it. And that's if they even bother to try. More often than not, a confusing message is simply ignored. But clear and concise communication is more than just being direct. It's about being effective. It's about choosing the right words, the right tone, the right timing. It's about understanding your audience and tailoring your message to suit their needs and preferences. It's about respecting your audience's time and intelligence. So, how can you ensure your communication is clear and concise? Start by planning your message. Know what you want to say and why you want to say it. Then choose the simplest, most direct way to convey it. Avoid jargon and complex language. Use short sentences and straightforward language. Be specific and to the point. And remember, clear and concise communication is a two-way street. It's not just about how you deliver your message, but also about how you receive messages from others. Listen actively and ask clarifying questions if something isn't clear. After all, effective communication is a dialogue, not a monologue. In the world of communication, less is often more. So keep your message simple, keep it clear, and watch your relationships flourish. Words aren't the only way we communicate. This is a fundamental truth that we often overlook. When we think about communication, we tend to focus on the words we use, but non-verbal communication plays an equally, if not more, important role. Non-verbal communication includes body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions. Each of these elements can convey messages just as powerfully as words, and sometimes even more so. You may have heard the adage, actions speak louder than words. Well, in the world of communication, this couldn't be more accurate. Let's start with body language. Our posture, gestures, and movements can reveal a lot about our attitudes and feelings. For instance, a relaxed posture can indicate comfort and openness, while crossed arms might suggest defensiveness or disinterest. Then, there's the tone of voice. The way we say something often carries more weight than what we're actually saying. An upbeat tone can express enthusiasm and positivity, while a flat tone might convey boredom or indifference. And of course, there's the infamous sarcastic tone where the words say one thing, but the tone says the exact opposite. And finally, facial expressions. Our faces are like open books, displaying a wide range of emotions. A smile can show happiness or approval, a frown can signal disapproval or confusion, and raised eyebrows can indicate surprise or skepticism. But here's the catch. While non-verbal cues can be powerful, they can also be misinterpreted. That's why it's crucial to be aware of them and to make sure they align with our verbal messages. If your words say, "I'm happy to help," but your body language screams, "I'd rather be anywhere else," you're sending mixed signals, and that can lead to confusion and mistrust. So, whether you're dealing with clients, colleagues, or friends, remember that communication isn't just about the words you use, it's about how you present yourself, how you sound, and how you express your feelings without saying a word. To communicate effectively, be aware of what your non-verbal cues are saying. Put yourself in their shoes. This is a piece of advice you've probably heard 1,000 times. But have you ever considered how deeply it ties into effective communication? Well, it does, and that's what we're going to talk about in this segment, the role of empathy in communication. Empathy isn't just feeling sorry for someone, it's about understanding and sharing the feelings of others. It's about seeing the world through their eyes and walking a mile in their shoes. And when it comes to communication, empathy is like the secret ingredient that can turn a good conversation into a great one. Think about it. When you truly understand what someone else is feeling, you're better equipped to respond in a way that's meaningful to them. You're able to anticipate their needs, address their concerns, and even foresee potential issues before they arise. This is particularly crucial when it comes to client communication. Clients are not just faceless entities, they're people with their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences. They have their own fears and frustrations, hopes, and dreams. When we communicate with empathy, we acknowledge this. We show our clients that we see them, that we hear them, and most importantly, that we understand them. But how do we communicate with empathy? It's not as complex as it might sound. It starts with active listening, which we discussed in a previous segment. It's about being present in the conversation, showing genuine interest, and responding in a thoughtful way. It's about asking the right questions, not just to gather information, but to show that you care about their perspective. It's about validating their feelings, even when you don't necessarily agree with them. The power of empathy in communication is immense. It builds trust. It fosters stronger relationships. It facilitates better understanding. And ultimately, it leads to more effective, more meaningful communication. So, the next time you're engaged in a conversation, remember to put yourself in their shoes, understand their perspective, share their feelings, and communicate with empathy. Empathy is the bridge that connects you to your clients, and it's this bridge that will help you navigate the sometimes turbulent waters of communication. So, build it strong and keep it well maintained. It's one investment you won't regret making. Feedback, the breakfast of champions, a potent tool that can make or break a situation, a relationship, a project, or even a business. It's more than just a casual conversation or a pat on the back. It's the lifeblood of effective communication. Let's delve into the realm of feedback. It's a two-pronged sword, giving and receiving. Both are equally important and require a fine balance. When giving feedback, it's not about pointing fingers or laying blame. It's about identifying areas for improvement, offering solutions, and praising good work. Always remember to be honest yet tactful. Constructive feedback should be a catalyst for growth, not a source of discouragement. But what about receiving feedback? It's not always easy to hear criticism, but it's an opportunity to learn and grow. It's important to listen without defense, to understand the perspective of the other person. Take it in stride, reflect on it, and then act upon it. Every piece of feedback is a stepping stone towards improvement. Let's paint a scenario. Imagine you're a freelancer who has just delivered a project. You receive feedback from your client. They liked your work, but they also point out areas where you could have done better. It might sting a bit, but it's invaluable information. It shows you where your strengths lie and where you need to improve. It's a roadmap for your future work, helping you to deliver better outcomes. Feedback also fosters a culture of open communication. It creates a safe space where ideas can be shared, mistakes can be learned from, and success can be celebrated. It's a continuous cycle of learning and improving, of giving and receiving. So embrace feedback, seek it out, give it generously, and receive it graciously. It's a powerful tool that can enhance your communication skills, improve your work, and build stronger relationships. Remember, feedback is not just about the past or the present, it's about shaping the future. Remember, feedback is a two-way street. Persuasion isn't about manipulation, it's about motivation. The art of persuasion is a powerful tool in the world of communication, especially when it comes to interacting with clients. It isn't about strong-arming someone into agreeing with you, but rather about inspiring others to see things from your perspective and motivating them to take action. Now, let's dive into the role of persuasion in communication. Persuasive communication is often the difference between a successful interaction and a missed opportunity. It's about being able to clearly articulate the benefits of an idea or a course of action and convincing others of its value. It's about making your case and compelling your audience to believe in it as much as you do. But let's be clear, persuasive communication isn't just about getting what you want. It's about creating a win-win scenario where both parties feel satisfied with the outcome. This is particularly important when dealing with clients. You want them to feel that your suggestions or proposals are not just good for you, but for them as well. So, how do you achieve this? Well, it starts with understanding your client's needs and wants, and then aligning your proposal with these. You also need to be able to present your ideas in a way that is both compelling and easy to understand. Remember, clarity is king when it comes to persuasion. Another key element of persuasive communication is credibility. Your clients need to trust you and believe in your expertise. This is why it's so important to always be honest and transparent in your communication. Finally, remember that persuasive communication is also about emotional appeal. People are more likely to be persuaded by something that resonates with them on an emotional level. So don't be afraid to inject some passion and enthusiasm into your communication. And there you have it. Persuasive communication is all about motivation, understanding, clarity, credibility, and emotional appeal. It's a tool that, when used correctly, can lead to more successful outcomes and happier clients. To persuade effectively, communicate with conviction. Let's recap our journey through the world of communication. We started off by addressing the communication conundrum, where we learned that being proactive in our communication approach and understanding our audience helps in avoiding misunderstandings and fosters a healthy relationship. Moving on, we delved into the art of listening. We discovered that active listening is more than just hearing. It's about comprehending and responding to the speaker's message effectively. It's a skill that can be honed, and it's indeed a crucial part of effective communication. We then ventured into the realm of clear and concise communication. Here we emphasize the importance of delivering your message in a straightforward and succinct manner. This not only saves time but also eliminates any potential confusion. Nonverbal communication was our next stop. We learned that our body language, eye contact, and tone of voice can speak volumes about our intentions and emotions. Hence, aligning our words with our nonverbal cues is essential in conveying our message effectively. Next, we touched upon empathy in communication. By putting ourselves in the shoes of the other person, we can better understand their perspective and respond to their needs more effectively. Empathy fosters trust and strengthens relationships. The power of feedback was our sixth point of discussion. We learned that giving and receiving feedback is vital for growth and improvement. Constructive feedback can help us identify our strengths and areas that need improvement. Our last stop was the art of persuasion. We discovered that persuasive communication can be a powerful tool in influencing others and achieving our goals. The key lies in understanding your audience, presenting logical arguments, and appealing to their emotions. Remember, communication is the key to success in any field. Master it and you'll go far.